YouTube. Today we're talking squats and I will be presenting what I personally do for them. So when you think squats, the first thing you think about is quad development, right? It's a move that people do to get bigger legs. It also involves the glutes to a large amount and the hamstrings and the musculature of the hips and the lower back. So personally, I have very big quads. If you watch my video on road to 28 inches legs, you will see that my legs are massive and a large part of them is quad development. I have big quads. It is not a good thing for my case. Why? Because I have knee issues from the past. I've had sport-related injuries and therefore I need to treat my knees with a little bit more delicacy than most people. And having too much quad and not enough posterior chain can lead to certain imbalances that are going to lead to acute knee problems, especially tendonitis. Having developed quads also takes some strain off of the knee, don't get me wrong, but you need to have the entire musculature of the leg developed, which is why my leg training is skewed towards hamstring development. Because I also have very big and developed glutes and I want bigger hamstrings. So because of that, I only squat once every 8 days. When I say I only squat once every 8 days, it means I only do heavy squat movements once every 8 days. It doesn't mean that I only do knee flexions once every 8 days. Why? Because a knee flexion involves more hamstring development in hip hinges, in my opinion. So I do knee flexion movements every leg day, but I do them with certain variations that do not involve the quads. So I have one squat day where I really tax the quads, and the other squat day will have some knee flexion movements that are going to recruit the quads, but most of it is going to be hamstring development. So I'm going to start with my big squat day. It's no fanciness, it's basically plain old squats all throughout. So, what I do is, I start with squats, shocker, and I do high bar squats. I don't like low bar, I stick with high bar squat. I also think it looks better. It's just an aesthetic preference in my case. So high bar squats, I do 4 to 8 reps for 1 to 3 sets, and I usually go fairly heavy on that. I then move on to front squats, which is my favorite squat variation. I love them, even though they don't fit me right, but I still love them. And I do front squats for 3 sets of 5 reps, 4 to 5 reps, relatively heavy as well. When I mean heavy for me. I usually do 3 plates on the front squats, 3.5 plates on the squats. So you see that already it shows that my quads are very much developed because the front squat is quad dominant and I can move almost as much weight as on the squats. I always superset my front squats with hanging leg raises because I feel like it provides a perfect combo of stimulus for the core and for core development. And then I do some strength restoration, which I call R3 for thoracic extension and spine health, and also elbow mobility, which I will put on this channel eventually. I follow up with pose squats. So at this point, you already know what's up. It's all squats. I only do squats on that day. I do pose squat for 4 to 8 reps. At the grass, I go as deep as I can possibly go. I work usually with 80% of my max, something like this. So it's around 300 pounds. I superset that with a grip exercise, the grippers from Iron Mind, and I do some strength restoration and I do towel grip, so for more forearm work, because squats don't tax your forearm, and so I use that opportunity and time to superset more forearm work. I follow that up with calf work, where I do piana raises, toshiki raises, I do close grip pull-ups in between to let the calves rest and to work my lats. Same logic as with the forearms, the lats don't get involved in the squats, so I can tax them more and focus on them more. And if I have time, I usually end up with a giant superset of close grip pull-ups, hanging knee raises, and strength restoration where I never stop. I keep going until I'm burnt. And then I do abs, and abs is leg raises, and it's on the channel, it's all supersetted as well. So that's my big quad day where I really tax my quads. And the reasoning behind that is also because I've had so many knee injuries and I train in freezing temperatures, meaning that it's below zero most of the time where I train. My tendons take a long time to warm up, and therefore it takes me 35 to 40 minutes to warm up my knees to perform heavy squats. So that already means that squatting every day is out of the way. It's not possible. It's a waste of time. And squatting every 3 or 4 days is also a waste of time and doesn't work for me, because some people say deadlifts are taxing. For me, nothing taxes me more than squats. My recovery is short, so every 8 days works for me. But it doesn't mean that I only work my legs and my quads every 8 days, because I have another squat day where I start with front squat on a box that's just at parallel level, which are on the channel if you're interested. I do front rack holds, which is an Olympic weightlifting accessory move to develop the core, the upper back, and the thoracic extension strength to always stay straight and vertical for spine health. I do hip thrusts for very high reps. I do them with a certain feet placement to target the hamstrings. I do hanging leg raises, of course, strength restoration. After that, I move on to good mornings with my SSB, my safety squat bar. Again, I do them in a certain way to target the hamstrings. I don't want more lower back or glute size. They're already big enough. I want hamstrings. So I have a certain way to perform them. I do cone grip, same logic, forearm training on leg day. Hanging leg raises when my grip is nice and taxed, it really feels good on the bar. Strength restoration. And the last is a giant set of Romanian deadlifts, performed in a special way as well, grippers, barbell hyperextensions, grip tools, and strength restoration. And I do that for 6 sets with no rest. So you can bet that my hamstrings are on fire. And then I finish with some ab training. So that's it for the way I train squats. If you check my other videos, you know the way my program works. So I squat and 2 days later I deadlift. So my leg days are synergistic with each other. They complete each other because they take part so close to one another. If you want to know how I program my deadlifts, I have a video on the same playlist, so please go check it out. If you have any questions about things that I didn't cover on my squats and how I program for quad hypertrophy and leg strength, please let me know. I would be happy to answer. As usual, thank you for watching these videos. If you didn't watch them, they would have no purpose. I'm always happy to help you if you need help. So thank you and have a good day.